Hello. So I would like to make a demo of the new software as a service self-hosted Google Maps scraper. Okay, let's open the documentation. Then we run this command and it will provision web server hosting the platform that will allow us to deploy multiple scrapers and use the API. Let's start. So we have three options at the moment to use our own server, use DigitalOcean or get a cloud. With a VPS, you need to configure to provide an API key, an SSH key, sorry. And with DigitalOcean, you will use the app platform for deployment and the managed services. And with Hetzner, it will provision a Hetzner server that will host everything. Let's go with option three. So we need an API token in order to do that. We go to Hetzner project, security. Let's create a new API token. It should be written right. Now it's okay. I'm gonna do it afterwards. We paste it. So next we need to select where our server should live. Let's choose Falkenstein. Then this server will only host the database and a web service to access the API. Let's take something small for now, one. And now it provisions the server. Let's see. It's creating a new server. That's the IP. Let's see what's going on here. So you see, still provisioning. Let's wait a bit. This is done. It's not yet detected. Wait. Okay, now we're checking connectivity. First attempt failed. Retry. Now it's up. So now a script is running that provisions the web server. Basically, what it does is set up a PostgreSQL database with security settings. Set up the firewall and other things. You can check the provisioning bit. This takes some time, like it's only the first time. Just to mention here, the prices that you see above the fetch through the server gets the API. Okay, it finished, so it did what it had to do, generating SSH keys and install all the required packages and configure them. You can inspect the logs if you like, or you can SSH them in. Now we have two options: either to use an existing database in case you have already one Postgres database that you can use, or to create a new database on the header machine. I don't have a database, so let's go with option one. Again, it needs some time. So the database is connected. Here you can see the connection string. Of course, this is not to be shared with anybody. Okay. And now the application is deployed on the server and it's done. So we can find the application URL. Here, it's not a domain setup. So we have only the IP. So we are gonna have a not secure, but it's HTTPS. Okay, it's just generated SSL certificate. So we accept the risk and continue. And now our first user is admin and it provides password. Now you can enable two-factor authentication with your authenticator app. I use Google Authenticator. I'm gonna skip for now. So here we have a dashboard, gives you some interesting or useful statistics, but most important thing, the workers. Okay, so the workhorses that they're doing actually the actual scraping. So we can start in two clouds, either on DigitalOcean or Hetzner. Hetzner is active because we have already provisioned the machine and we have the API keys. We don't need to do anything. Let's select the provider here. It's only Hetzner available since DigitalOcean is not yet active. Let's give it the name Worker1. Let's put the region Falkenstein, select the size. Okay, the workers, they're running headless Chrome, so we need something a little bit more expensive. Usually, okay, so I'm going with the 4 CPUs one. Okay, so this is for how many containers that you should start in the worker. Since we have 4 CPUs, let's not overdo it. Start only 4 containers. Max jobs per cycle is want to refresh the process to avoid any kind of memory leak that the headless Chrome can have. This is the fast mode. You can read the documentation of the normal scraper, and here is the proxy if we want to use. Now I'm not going to use a proxy for this demo, but in the follow-up document, I will recommend some proxy providers that I use, and I'm very happy. I'm also getting some commission from them in terms of affiliation. So please use them if you do use a proxy. We click provision worker. So provision has started. So what happens now? This starts a background job and it provisions. We have a queue here. So this job is still running. It provisions gets the job and starts the server. So we should see the server here. Okay, nice. Server is booted and now it's configured. Uh, Configuration involves pulling the Docker image of the scraper, starting it and performing some checks. So we will get updated here. So the status is active means that the machine is up, yet the health of the service is not yet not healthy. The service, let's try the terminal. If the SSH server is up, we can connect to the server. Yes, it's up. And let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah, the Docker containers are up. They started. In case you need to debug, you can find some logs here. And you see what it did. As you see, we have the 4 processes up and the service is ready for the 4 replicas already. Let's start another one. Okay. Uh, let's now go to Nuremberg, another region. Size, let's get the same CPU 4, provisioning, and close this. And now let's start a new one. Go here to Vancouver, something, this has more RAM, still vCPUs. Let's take this one again. Four, it's still working. And now 3 workers are up. Let's start another one. Let's go to Singapore. It's a little bit more expensive, I think. Here we have dedicated CPU. Let's try that. And with this 8, this might fail because sometimes it also has some limits in the number of CPUs you can have. Let's see. Let's go to the queue. You see one worker is still provisioning. Gets a console. All 4 of them. Falkenstein, Nuremberg, Asburg, Singapore. We need to wait a bit to ensure. Let's log in to see if there's any error. Oh, they came up. Wait, the last one. Progress. Still up. Here we started editing, right? Correct. So all our workers are healthy. And let's see how we use software now. This exposes an API. Okay. Here's the Swagger documentation with HealthSec. We can list the jobs. Basically, we submit vape job that tells what we need to vape keyword, uh, then the settings. You can consult the README of the normal scraper. It's not different. Then you can poll for the status, get back if it's completed, and if it's completed, get results. And finally, you can list the previous jobs. Okay, let's try that. In order to do that, we need an API key. Okay, we don't have an API. There's a section API keys here. So let's create one testing. So that's the API key. It won't be displayed again. So let's copy it somewhere. Here. And let's go to the docs. So we can submit job that, we can list jobs, and we can, let's try first to list jobs. Okay. going here. I'm gonna put my API key. Okay, put it also in one line. But command to list jobs. If everything is set up, we should be empty right now. Yeah, we forgot something important. We need to put our server's IP here. Copy it from here. And additionally, since we have verifiable, let's ignore this. Of course, you could provision the machine with your domain. So no jobs, everything worked. Let's do also the headers, everything. Let's copy that for reference. Now let's submit a job. Let's go to copy from here. So we need to put our API key again. And we need to correct URL. Let's prepare also the other command to fetch the jobs. Good. So let's check that one. It should give us a 404 minus K. Job not found. That's correct. We didn't submit anything. Go back here. Also minus K. So let's find the restaurants in New York. Put depth 1 so we get the results fast. So the job status is pending. Let's see if everything works. So first of all, we have a jobs list here that says running. Okay, you can also find that in the queue. Okay, so it's working. We don't know which worker picked up that job, but it doesn't matter. And now let's send another job. Okay, oh, this is a job ID. Give it a bit. Restaurant in Athens. The result. And let's see what's going on here. It says that they're running completed, both of them. Okay, so this was created this time and completed it the same minute. Similarly here, but we need to fetch the results. We can either download the results from the, this one, or we can fetch them through the API. Of course, we want the API programmatically fetch the jobs. That's the command. Let's do. As you see, we fetched the results. You can consult the documentation of what it contains. Also pipe it add, so top. So job ID, completed, when it created, when it started, when it was completed, how much time it took. So it started 31 and 39 and finished 53, so it took about 20 seconds to complete the job. Okay, these are the results. Only 16 results because we had depth 1. Additionally, if you check the source code, uh, you can find some examples in Go, in Python, and TypeScript. Okay, so Go shows you how you can call from different languages the API, and you can build on top of that to build your own services or products. So we're here. Everything looks good. Um, now let's say that we want to deprovision some machines. So we're done with our work. You can delete. Machines should go away. This worky one is not existing anymore. Let's delete all of them. It still says deleting. Delete, delete, and delete. That's all. Oh, forgot. There's also a settings session. You can change your password. Of course, you can enable two-factor authentication, and you can log out.